Because this is an older school, our school does not have individual doors, but rather the children all enter through this door. That is the entryway into our school. The students all come in together at 8 in the morning, and that ends 3 hours later. And then we have a second session that begins at 11:45. This is an entire school of just preschoolers. There are 8 classrooms of preschoolers here at CalAb. What you see right here is the equipment that we use for children when we transport them to physical education, adaptive PE. As you can see, we have a couple of different walkers and wagons for the 3-year-old children. This buggy in particular is a transportation with safety harnesses for the young children that we serve. And since that's only 4, and later on in the school year we'll have more children, the wagon is for that use as well. For safety reasons, the wagon has an envelope with all the emergency cards because we leave school to go to VAPA next door for adaptive PE. Adaptive PE is not held at CalAb, it's next door. Again, because the children that are in my case are all young children, 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, we have consideration for their safety in all different types of environments. So in the bathroom, they have this little step ladder with handles for them to get up on the changing table so we can change them. And then this bag that you see here, this is our bug out bag. And should there be an emergency or when we practice fire drills, this has diapers, it has emergency cards, it has snacks, it has supplies that we may need, first aid supplies in case there was ever an emergency and we had to shelter in place. My seating is organized. We sit in cube chairs, and those cube chairs have the child's name on them, where they sit, and then we have this Riften chair for a child that needs more positioning support to be able to attend. And then these are the chairs that they sit on a daily basis, and the chairs are arranged in a semicircular pattern so that they can see me. I typically sit in this chair right here, but often I sit at floor level with them so that I have some eye-to-eye reciprocal communication. When we have centers, so during small group instruction, we have these tables. And I typically sit the children together. I strategically set them together so that the children that bug one another are not sitting next to one another, because we do have some children that have some attention needs. And so if they are distracted by other children, then they're not able to focus. And so that's why the chairs have Velcro in them. For consistency and for the fact so that the children know where they can sit on a daily basis. Several of my children are nonverbal, and so we have a name to face recognition. They're shown their name and their face every day so that they're able to identify themselves. We have a visual schedule for the children every day so that that's our group plan, so that children know what's happening on a daily basis, because our schedule is a little hectic. We have adaptive PE, we have speech, we visit with the general ed classroom twice a week. And so there's a lot going on. So that schedule right there lets the children know what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Predictability is important for children. So we try to set that up for them so that they're able to transition from one activity to the other. Now this right here is a visual schedule. Some of our kiddos need that structure, and so they have a transition card at the top of their name, and they're given that transition card, and that's their cue to go to their schedule and see what's next. Our school-wide method of behavior management is, again, the use of routines, the use of the visual calendars. We also have token boards for the children that need that additional visual. So for example, we use these as positive reinforcement of, it has the rules of what the expectations are, and then as the child meets and completes tasks, they earn these, of course, and then this is what they're working towards. This particular kiddo has he really likes Spider-Man, so he has a Spider-Man icon that he gets to play with, the Spider-Man figurine, and he also has Spidey icons that he's motivated to check his schedule. So we have put those in there for him to be independent, to check his schedule on a daily basis. We use positive behavior techniques to have our children follow the rules, stay on task, and a lot of our children have a lot of the kiddos in my case would have attending goals because they are little kids, and so we always make sure that they are being they're given verbal prompts, they're giving physical prompts as to what we're expecting. But that's why the visual schedule is something that we use a significant amount, and then the daily schedule is something that we use again. So they always know what they're doing on a daily basis, on a daily basis, but also on an individual basis, because not all our children are following the same program. We certainly have routines in place for them to complete group things, but their individual work on tables for their small group is very much individualized tailored for their IEP goals. This is my circle area. In this basket, I have visuals, I have sensory things, I have fidgets for some of my kiddos. I also have the use of this weighted lap pillow that we use for one kiddo in particular to support him while he's sitting. It helps to keep him focused, it helps to keep him attending, and so that's what I've found to be a very useful tool for him to maintain his attention during circle. In addition to the visual schedules and the daily schedule and the fidgets, I also use these. A lot of teachers have these posted up, but I just keep them down here next to me. And for some of my kiddos that needing that additional visual, I will take it out and I will show it to them. And then I usually do a physical prompt with them, like I will hold my finger to my mouth, to show them that it's time to quiet our bodies. I have this Mr. Potato Head right here, and we do. I thought that the children really needed a visual of what that looks like, so when they're talking, I will reference this sign up there, and I will show that Mr. Potato Head's mouth is. If he's talking, if my friends are talking too much, then I will walk up to Mr. Potato Head and I'll say, oh my goodness, Mr. Potato Head's going to lose his mouth because we are talking or we're not listening. So I show them what that looks like. At Cal Lab, we are challenged for space. And so sadly, I do have a system, but it's, I don't have a lot of place to store some of these things. And so that's where all my books are, because I don't have another place for them. The desk has curriculum inside of it, but that's where, since all my books are here for the children, that it made sense to me that that's where the books would go. I also have these cabinets right here, and all these cabinets, they hold the curriculum, they have art supplies and things like this. Let me show you. I'm going to show you my art. Ugh, it's a little messy, I'm sorry. I like art a lot, so we have a lot of art supplies. I also have, I'll walk you through here. This room that I'm going to show you is a sensory room, which I forgot to mention previous, is also a room that we use for some of the kiddos that need little breaks built into their day. But I have this. So this is my closet. It has all my curriculum. It has them, they're organized by theme. I have a lot. It's a mess. I don't have any place to store it all, but it is what it is. So don't tell anybody I have that mess. Ugh. And so to keep myself from being crazy, I just covered up. Poof, all gone. And oddly enough, even though a lot of our IBI preschoolers come in here every single day, this room is used all day long by several different classrooms for children with sensory needs. They haven't discovered that closet, so that's good. Good times with preschool is what we say. So this is another view of my classroom. So that basket right there is out because I'm planning for next week. So all those cabinets have things in them. They have like all our feeding supplies. This is our food, our baking area. We do sometimes cook, but we also make, Play-Doh. So that's where we keep all our supplies for Play-Doh. This is my area that my aides and I use. So this is where we plan, and then that basket is for things that are ready to go. And then as they're used, they go back in that basket. And then on Friday, when we prep for the following week, the items that are in the basket get taken away. And then those items right there are all ready for this week. In addition to, I also have, so this is where the children put their baskets, their backpacks, excuse me. And as you can tell, there's all their names on them. And they hang their backpacks from that hook. And then there's these two boxes right here, and that's where I put all the things that need to go in their backpacks on a daily basis. So their artwork, any kind of my weekly newsletter that I send out, school-wide notifications, art, etc. So this is a really cool board that we're doing. I love art. See, we love art. So yeah, this is how tall my kiddos are. And then again, this is my classroom. This is PJ's classroom.